to the Week 4 podcast of the High Rollers League with the co-commissioner. I'm Kyle Moorfield, and I have the commissioner of the High Rollers League.
What's up, y'all? Yep, Aaron Smith in the house.
Well, we're going to start the podcast off this week with the Week 3 recap. Power and Light was the high score of the week at 238.5 points, and the toilet bowl went to...
this guy!
Do you believe in magic?
Hey, Magic didn't come through this week.
No, 130 points. Magic did not come through. But
Yeah.
maybe it's in the whole magical plan.
That's all right.
The commish picks, though, dead even. 6-6 for me, 6-6 for you this week. See, the commissioners starting to battle it out.
We're bringing it up a little bit. It's going to take a little bit of time. We'll bring it up once we get to know these teams a little better.
That's right. No crown awarded this week, and no dollars awarded either. Push.
Here's my gas,
I
man.
know. I'm at 16-20 on the season. You're at 17-19 with a one-game lead going into week 4. We're neck and neck, baby. What's not neck and neck? These trades. They're heating up, folks.
Yep.
4 trades today.
4 trades today. People are starting to get their teams ready for the big push toward the end of the season. I foresee a lot more trades coming on. There's a lot of offers going out. It's just some people just are stuck on their players and won't move them. But
Some people looking for deals. Other people looking for steals.
And the people looking for steals, don't contact me.
Does bring up a good point. Trades are going out. Don't leave them on the side. If you don't like it, just reject it. Get it off there. At least the other person knows to go put their bait in the water somewhere else.
Yep.
We're on week 4. Bye week start this week. Going to be a critical part of maneuvering in and out of trades, trying to get your lineup correct, player additions, so forth.
The Pittsburgh Steelers and Indianapolis Colts on bye. If you have any players on those teams, obviously don't start them. You don't get a backup player for them. Real quick, before you go any further, I want to go over the injured reserve again because I had a question about it today. If you have put a player on the injured reserve for last week and you're trying to set your lineup this week and they're questionable or probable, that means that you have to take them off injured reserve or the site will not accept your change. Basically, like I'll give you an example. I have Colin McCarthy for the Tennessee Titans as linebacker. Currently, he's on injured reserve on my team, and he's now questionable according to the site. Even though it's not official that he'll play or not, we want to make sure that when you set your lineup, you might have to activate this guy and cut it a defensive player. But you can always put him back on IR if he's out or turns out to be doubtful. So, just a quick recap of that. The injury reserves are just coming up with some strange questions this year, and I think a lot's got to do with it because of the Thursday night games. There's a lot of Thursday night games, and the injury report doesn't get released until Wednesday. So
yeah, people want to set their lineups a little earlier in the week than normal. Most of the time, by the time Friday rolls around, this person would be ruled out or whatever, and then therefore they can stay on your injured reserve, and you could pick your lineup in. But with these Thursday games, as early as they are this year, it is causing some weird scenarios.
If you want to keep your guy on injured reserve, you can text me or call me with your lineup. I can override it by putting your lineup in for you and keeping your guy on injury reserve until we find out for sure if he's going to play or not. You do have about a week time frame when you put a guy on to keep him on there before you have to activate him.
Yeah. And any questions, always let us know. We're here for you. We'll give you the information the best we can. Speaking of Thursday games, this week's the Browns and the Ravens. You want to start any of those guys, get them in your lineup. Get it set by Thursday, by the kickoff, 7 o'clock.
I wouldn't start no Browns.
Well, maybe a linebacker.
Maybe Richardson. Maybe, I'll get DeQuell Jackson.
I'll start DeQuell Jackson.
If he shows up.
After last week, I don't know if I want to start him.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry, bastard. All right, let's go into the Week 4 matchup.
Week 4 matchups. What's the first one?
First one, Hardcore versus a Killer Bees.
Okay, this is a breakdown matchup, but I'm going to wait. You know what? Let's do our first official call of the year. I'm going to give Hardcore a buzz, and let's see what he has to say, because he's kind of started off 0-3 this year, and I just can't believe it, man. You know,
champion, possibly going to go 0-4. Let's get some of his thoughts on his matchup.
If we can get a hold of the guy, that's the problem. Nobody seems to want to get on the podcast. I'm going to get a little close here. Don't get nervous. Put him on speaker, and we'll ask him some questions. Storm is his name. We're going to ask him some questions. See if we can hear that, guys. Can we hear that? I can hear it.
If he doesn't want to break down this matchup, you know we will.
We absolutely will. I think he's nervous. I don't think he wants to answer.
Maybe he's getting ready to be swarmed by those killer bees. I don't know.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 8167522.
Storm didn't want to break it down. Maybe he's busy. Maybe he's working. I don't know what's going on. We just wanted to try to sneak a quick call in here and see. Maybe he'll call me back during the podcast and we'll get his breakdown then.
Maybe he's absent, like his team is.
Ba-bam! Ba-bam! Here it is.
Killer Bees versus Hardcore. Why don't you break it down?
I'll go ahead and break it down. I'm going to give Killer Bees the win this week. I like Cam against Atlanta. I think that's a pretty good matchup. Rivers versus the Chiefs. He averaged 15 points against them last year. I think the Chiefs defense is a little better, but Rivers has got to play better than he did last week. He only got 3 dang points. DMC versus Denver. That's not a bad matchup. Lynch versus St. Louis. That's not bad. Miles Austin and Harvin and Brandon Marshall. Jimmy Graham against Green Bay. He's not going to be held to 2 catches this week. The problem I see with Storm's team is he has a question back at his second receiver. Oh, he just texted me, by the way. Speaking of which, he's at work. He's unfortunately able to answer the phone, so that's okay. Aaron Rodgers versus Saints. I like that. It's going to be a shootout. Saints can't stop anybody. Cutler versus Dallas. I don't like that matchup at all for him. His second run back's Michael Turner. I don't know who else he could start. He's got good receivers in Colston, Jennings, and Andre Johnson, but Killer Bees gets a win this week.
Yeah, I think the Killer Bees are going to get a win as well. Hardcore, I didn't think I could see this. A defending Super Bowl champ going to start out a season 0-4. Can you believe that?
That's something new for me. I'm just shocked. I know Storm's going to make some moves. So if he loses this week, look out because the trade's going to hit hard. He's kind of probably been patient. He probably be willing to deal with Aaron Rodgers. So. Well, look ahead. I mean,
two teams that are 0-3, and the good thing is that those guys are still only 1 game probably out of playoffs. So
yeah, and the Super Wild Card's always in play.
Right.
You probably
throw the towel in. Yeah, this is
if you go 0-5, then you might be in trouble. But 0-4, you still got a chance. It's just you're just gonna have to start kicking some ass.
Ask you. You had a chance last week of the season last year. I'm starting 0-4.
Yep, that's right.
Just needed to win that last game.
And couldn't get it done.
But I am going to go with the Killer Bees as well.
Killer Bees.
I can't believe they lost last week's matchup to the 6165 show. Just astonished me. I think they got way better players than their score showed. So we'll see, but I'm going with the Killer Bees.
6165 show, you got to give him credit, though. He did come on to the show. He called a shot. He whooped some butt. He thinks that's a jinx breaker or something. I don't think so after this week.
All right. Colossal Connection versus Oklahoma.
I looked at this matchup pretty closely. Colossal Connection put up a big point total last week, about 225 points. I'm going to go with Oklahoma. I think he's going to win this week.
I think Oklahoma kind of shot his wad beating you. I would be really surprised if he's able to pull off Colossal. Colossal's team came back to form, last year's form that is, last week, and put up a big monster point total. I'm going to go with Colossal. I think he'll put it in back-to-back good performances.
Cool.
P&L, Power and Light versus More Gooder.
It's a big game. This is a big game in the All-Pro Conference. P&L 3-0, is that right? 2-1?
No, 2-1.
2-1, okay, More Gooder 2-1. I'm going to go this week with P&L. I think he has better matchups. I like Breeze versus Green Bay. I like RG3 versus Tampa Bay. MJD versus Cincinnati. Cincinnati ain't been able to stop anybody's run. I like Morris against Tampa Bay. And Calvin, Mike Wallace on bye. That could be big. Vincent Jackson's got to step in and pick up the slack, but he's playing against Washington, so perfect week to have Calvin on Mike Wallace on bye. I like Tony G against Carolina. Gooder does have good matchups. Doesn't have good matchups. Sorry, I don't like Romo against Chicago at all because Chicago's D strong. I don't like Eli against Philly, although Eli does average 24 points against them based on last year's stats. Murray versus Chicago, their run defense is solid. I don't know if he's going to start which Bush he's going to start versus Dallas. Roddy White, I like Knicks. I like Johnson, but I do like P&L better in this matchup.
Contrary to what More Gooder thinks, I don't pick my matchups based on him winning, losing, trying to jinx them. I may try to tell you I do or don't, but I actually just pick the team that I do think is going to win. Some of the reason it may not be good, and some of it may be. This week, I'm going with P&L. I think Power and Light's going to be able to pull his performance off. I think he's getting into the strong part of his season. His team's starting to come together. He's a 2-1. And I think he's going to put it all together here and beat More Gooder. Even though by a close margin, I think More Gooder's got a good team, but I think Power and Light's going to get him this week.
Real quick, text message for the podcast from Storm, team manager of Hardcore. My team has been letting me down, but my luck's going to change starting this week. As long as you guys stop picking us to win, we will win.
Well,
why are we the jinx here?
I don't understand. Obviously, our record doesn't even show it.
He didn't have a problem with us picking him all last year when he was taking our cash.
We'll see. Best of luck to him, though.
Yeah.
Let's move on. What you talking about, Hillis versus the Walmart Greeters?
What you talking about, Hillis? Surprised me last week. Came through with a nice victory, but I'm going to roll with Walmart this week.
I'm going Walmart Greeters. They kind of talked a little too much trash last week. They got exactly what they asked for. They wanted Lamar's Legends. They got it. But this week I'm going Walmart. I think he can rebound. 6165 show versus the Tuna Dabbers.
Unfortunately, I'm going to pick the 6165 show this week because I think his matchups are good. Kyle did make a good trade today, reacquiring his boy Cam. I'm not a Cam fan. I'm not a believer. I'm not drinking the Cam Kool-Aid. I know he steals rushing touchdowns away later and scores big points, but I'm going to go with 6165 show. I think his matchups are good this week. He'll pull out a very close win.
Yeah, I think the trade that I pulled is it was pretty even. It kind of hurt me at running back, kind of maybe helped me a little bit at quarterback. It just depends. I think Philip Rivers is going to have a good day against the Chiefs, and he's not going to be on my team now. With that being said, I think it may be detrimental to my team for that trade, but in the long run, I'm hoping it'll help me. I think 6165 show is going to get my number this week. So
You picked the 6165 show to win? This dude picked against himself again.
I'm the only undefeated team in the league. I don't think it's going to last long. I think we're going to be popping champagne on next week's podcast.
Popping the cork. But you know what, though? What happens if you win? You can't come on here and butt him.
I can always butt him. HLR versus LeVar's Legends.
Before we break this one down, we're going to try our second call. I, of course, am going to pick myself to win because you never bet against the black. But we're going to call LeVar and see what he has to say about this game.
Big LeVar.
Hopefully we don't get his wife either.
Oh, the old lady. Maybe she'll want to be on the podcast.
Maybe she will.
I don't think it's that type of podcast.
Ooh. Hey, this is Aaron. Is Vic home?
Who?
Vic,
I know, but who is it?
this is Aaron.
Oh, so you're playing my old man next week, huh?
Oh, you know what's going on, huh? I'm playing him. Yeah, I want to talk to him. Can I talk to him real quick?
Yeah, hold on.
Thank you.
Aaron's on the phone.
Yeah. Wow, this is pretty cool. She knew we were playing this week.
That's an informed lady.
Hello?
LeVar, what's going on, dude?
Oh, man, what's up?
You're on the podcast with commissioners. We
Yeah.
want to get your opinion about what you think. Tell us about that victory you had against Walmart greeters who got on the message board talking smack last week.
Well, I taught him a lesson. He won't be talking no crap about me no more, and I don't have to mess with him the rest of the year unless we make the playoffs together.
So you taught him a lesson. You took his cash. How's that working out?
Yeah, took him for 20 and took Frank for 10.
Whoa, $30. Huh?
And I didn't notice all these messages they put on the computer until tonight.
Oh, you just now saw him?
What I said?
You just now saw all those messages they put on there tonight?
Yeah.
So I hope...
I saw Don's first message, but Frank talking and smacking the kid getting in his mouth, and they're about me being a retarded kid on the bus.
That's what this league's about, LeVar. Talk your smack, call your shot. But you showed them, didn't you?
The playoffs, and they're not. Even if they do go, I'll take care of my business.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, this matchup coming up this week, you play against HLR. Tell us what you think about the matchup.
With you, well, I'm in trouble, I think, because of my bias and stuff, quarterback situation, but I'm going to give you the game.
Oh, you're going to give me the game?
Yeah, no, I said I'm going to give you a game.
Oh, okay. So, but
I'm not giving up on it, believe me. I'm out to beat you. You're a rivalry, too, believe it.
a rivalry. I haven't talked no smack. I'm not calling you out for no cash, but I'll be more than happy to bet you $30 since that's what you took from them, if you want some.
I'll bet you $20.
Oh, okay. I'll take the $20 bet. I understand you want to stay up on Frank's money.
Yeah, I'm keeping some.
Well, thank you very much.
With my matchups, I know they're not good ones, but I'm coming after you, buddy.
Come and get it, baby. That's what I like to hear. Come and get it.
$20 on the line.
$20 on the line. You got it. Thank you very much for answering your phone. We got to let you go because we're running on time. Thanks. I'll talk to you later on.
All right, bye.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's coming for you.
Hey, he come for me, though. I'm going to break this down real quick.
Break it down.
I got Breeze against Green Bay. I think that's going to be a good matchup. I like Matt Ryan. He's the second leading quarterback. He's been consistent. My running back situation, I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm running with me, obviously. Like he said, he's in bye week trouble with no Big Ben. He's got Stafford. Don't know if he's going to play. Russell Wilson, don't trust him. McCoy against the Giants. If I want to play against McCoy, it's this week. Green Ellis versus Jacksonville. I don't know about that. We traded. So he now has Colson kind of offset Breeze, even though I got Greg Jennings, which I like that better going forth. I'm going with my team.
I'm going to pick LeVar's Legends. DeMarcus Golston, maybe help him win this matchup. We'll see how that matchup works out. His quarterbacks are definitely a question mark, but somehow I think I see a little luck on this guy's side. I think LeVar's got a little bit of luck this year. I picked him to make the playoffs and go far. So far, he hasn't really disappointed. I think this may help put him over the hump and pull his matchup out somehow, some way. I'm going with LeVar's Legends. Shawshankers versus Sandusky hurt my tight end.
I'm going to try to make a trade with Sandusky before this week's over with. I'm going to go with Shawshankers as of now, though.
Ooh, I'm going to go with Shawshankers as well. I think we'll pull that matchup out.
Okay.
Lethal Weapons at 0-3 versus Payne Incorporated.
Lethal Weapons, you got on the site finally and made some moves. There's some other trade offers have been sent out to you. Make sure you take a peek at those too. I'm going to go with Payne Inc. I think his team's more solid than yours is.
I'm going to go with Payne Inc. as well. We'll see who wins that matchup. But we're both going with Payne Inc. Do you believe in magic versus blood, sweat, and tears?
I ain't no singing. This is all business. I don't think Chad's ever beat me in this league, not one time, and I'm not going to let him get by the Magic team this week. The Magic's going to win. If I have to try to make moves, whatever the case may be, I'm going to get a win this week.
Yeah, I got Magic winning this matchup too. Blood, sweat, and beers pulled one out last week. I don't think he's going to pull this one out. Foz versus Fear Fits.
Fear Fits made another good trade today. He acquired the San Francisco 49er defense for a backup tight end and scrub Denver defense. Pretty good trade. It looks like Fitz is the one making these trades that are significant.
He's actually on the other receiving end of the trade, the good end instead of the
He's
bad
getting
end.
very good at trades. I'm going to go with Fear Fits this week. He becomes 3-1 after losing his first one. Then he's in trouble after that. I look at his schedule going forward. It's trouble.
Big trouble. I'm going to go with Fear Fits as well.
Okay.
We'll see how he ends the season, though. Notre Dame versus Bohica.
Notre Dame Nation gets a win this week. He started off 1-0. He was all excited at work, but he lost 2 in a row now. I know how that feels. He's going to beat Bohica this week. Matt Castle's not going to keep the stuff up he's been doing, and that's kind of where Bohica stands. I love Arian Foster. He could have sold C.J. Spiller high. He should have. Too late now. I'm going with Notre Dame Nation. His team can't keep playing bad. He's got good players.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Bohica. Maybe he'll outscore Notre Dame Nation. Notre Dame Nation has a decent team. I just think Bohica's going to pull this matchup out.
Bohica put up 200 points last week. I think he put up 180 or 190 in a week before. He's doing good. I'm not saying his team's bad. I just think that they're overachieving with Matt Castle.
That's going to be a close matchup, so keep an eye on it. Balls Out versus the Crushers.
This is the last breakdown matchup. Crushers actually got on site rejecting some trades today. Nobody had a text him or call him either. Chad might have, but I did. Balls Out gets a win today. He made a trade today to improve his team. I like RG3 against Tampa Bay. I like Peyton Manning against Oakland. Oakland can't stop anybody's pass. Big Ben threw for 5,000 yards on him last week. Matthews, I like against Kansas City. He usually averages about 20 points based on last year's stats. I like his receivers with Andre Johnson, Decker. I think he gets a win this week. I do like Crushers matchups. I think this is going to be a very close game, and it's going to boil down, for my opinion, if Crushers receivers can show up, because he's got some injuries with Colston Jennings and Vincent Jackson not really doing much. If Vincent Jackson shows up and his receiver shows up, he's got Matt Ryan and Eli, they're going to do okay. He'll beat Balls Out, but I'm going Balls Out.
I'm going to go with Balls Out as well. I think the Crushers, you're going to start to see them decline. They lost last week, even though they were winning on Monday night early in the game, but with the defense, they just lost too many points as the game went on and weren't able to hold that lead. So we almost turned it out to 3-0 that I thought he was going to.
Yeah.
But now is where I see that teeter-totter. He's at the top of the hill, and now it's time to come back down.
I don't know.
I'm going with Balls Out. Balls Out's looking for trade, folks. Put a message on the message board. He's looking for trades. He wanted a running back and tight end. He got a tight end.
And a running back. Yeah, Ryan Matthews, too.
And so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, that's it for the picks. You got anything else to add for this week?
Week 4 podcast. Get your lineups in. Get your trades out. Get your trades rejected that you don't like. Get them off the site. Let people know that you're not interested. They can move on.
Next week, special in-house guest, Bohica. He's got something to say to you, Fear Fits. Be ready.
Ooh.